Hello everyone, I am Raman Sharma, and today in this demo session we will talk about the UPSC CSC Prelims General Science Paper 2, that is CSET. Although UPSC exams are known for the challenging nature, and this year's CSET paper was designed to access the candidates' problem solving abilities, comprehension skills, and general aptitude. It is not uncommon for the candidates to find certain years or sections of the paper more challenging, like the 2023 prelims, than the previous year paper. So, if you are preparing for the UPSC exam, it is important to have a comprehensive study plan, practice, that is a regular practice with the mock tests, and seek the guidance from the experienced mentors or the institute to provide the better performance. Additionally, UPSC exam is highly competitive, and to keep in this mind, many candidates face the difficulties at various stages in the examination. So, our persistence, our dedication, our continuous learning, these are the key points to success in these exams. So, on that note, I will start today's topic and let's crack it. So, in the CSET exams, there is a very important topic, that is direction and distance test. In the direction and distance test, we will talk about the questions, but first of all, we will talk about the concepts. And before discussing the concepts, let me tell you about myself. By degree, I am an engineer. I did my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from UPDU in 2013, and I had completed my MTech in Microwave Technology in 2015. I was an ex-faculty in Electronics Department in VITS Ghaziabad, and I already served Unacademy more than 1.5 years. Apart from this, I worked for a renowned YouTube channel, Study IAS, and right now I do videos on my personal channel for sociology optional also. On Unacademy, I give the sessions on CSET and polity. Apart of polity, I covered GS paper 1 in which we discussed the Indian society. So these are few things about me. Now let us move on the topic, direction and distance test. While we discuss this topic, we have to keep in mind few things which are used as a concept. And when I talk about the concept, there are few things like we have to know about the sense of direction. First of all, second thing is Pythagoras theorem, which is very important. It is a part of mathematics, but it is very important to solve the questions of reasoning of this topic. And without the Pythagoras theorem, we are not able to complete the question. So this is very important. Third one is shadow problems. Shadow. So we have to consider about the shadow concepts so that we can able to solve the questions. And the fourth one is reference point. Reference point, in which we will talk about anti-clockwise and clockwise. So the last one is one point which we have to remember, that every turn is of 90 degree. So how we will talk, I will talk you later. I will tell you later. Okay. So let us move on the concepts one by one. and in the last part I will do some practice questions so that we can apply these concepts in that question. So first of all, how to check the direction? How to check the direction? Okay. So when we are moving, we move in a certain direction, either north, south, east, west. These are the four major directions. North, south, east, west are the four major directions. Apart from these major directions, there are four cardinal directions also. So first of all, let us check directions. So when we talk about the directions, directions are of two types. And we have to know about this. That is major direction and minor directions. So when we talk about major directions are north, south, east and west. But what are the minor directions? These are the minor directions. In between the two major directions, we found minor directions. That is, in between the north and east, we will find northeast direction. In between the north and west, we will find northwest direction. In between the south and east, we will find southeast direction. In between the south and west, we find southwest direction. These four are the cardinal directions. And this figure shows that each and every direction in the topic reasoning, okay, in the topic reasoning, if we move either 90 degree or either 45 degree, because all the major directions having the 90 degree angle in between them, all the major directions, that is north, south, east, west, and two minor directions, and which type? Adjacent. Two adjacent minor directions having the angle of 90 degree between them. So here we can show, here we can see sorry. Here we can see there is a minor direction northeast, there is a minor direction southeast. In between this is the 45 degree angle, and likewise this is also the 45 degree angle. So the total angle between this is the 90 degree. Total angle between this is the 90 degree. So two adjacent minor directions having the angle of 90 degree between them. Okay. So first. Second thing, one major direction and one minor direction adjacent, matlab that is nearby, on the same point, nearby, adjacent, having the angle of 45 degree. Likewise, this is the major direction west, this is the minor direction northwest. So the angle between them is the 45 degree. So in the whole topic of direction and distance test, we have to work on these two angles. One is 90 degree angle, one is 45 degree angle. So one 45 degree angle is drawn between the major direction and minor direction. Two major directions have the angle of 90 degree. Two major directions have the angle of 90 degree, south and east, west and south, north and west, and north and east. Two adjacent minor direction having the angle of 90 degree also. Okay, तो ये चीज हमने समझ ली, this thing we have understood. Apart from this, next concept is how to use Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem is a mathematical topic. Okay, it is a mathematical topic. You must heard about it in the 9th class. And just let me switch off my mobile now. Okay, so using the Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate the distance. This concept was about the direction. Now this concept is to calculate how to calculate the distance between the directions or between the movement. Okay, so let us understand this. Pythagoras theorem is nothing but a theorem which we can calculate in the right angle triangle only. In the right angle triangle, this angle is always 90 degree. These two angles can be of different values. This line, if this is a triangle, let us say ABC. I will not solve the whole theorem. I will discuss the results of this theorem which we can apply in our questions in reasoning. This line AB is called perpendicular. This line AC is called hypotenuse. It can be shown as by H. It can be shown by P. And this line BC is called base of the triangle. It can be shown by P. This angle can be angle theta. Now, so the result of this whole Pythagoras theorem is, if in a triangle ABC, or we can show it by this right angle triangle. Okay, this is the right angle triangle ABC. AC square, AC is what? Hypotenuse. This line AC is always equals to the sum of the squares of AB and BC. Sum of the squares of AB and BC. Fine. Sum of the squares of AB and BC. So if we have two measurements, either we have AB, either we have BC, either we have AC. Two values of them, if we have, we can calculate the other one. We can calculate the third one. So the thing is, if we can take the under root, it will become AB square plus BC square. Or we can say this, the hypotenuse is equals to the under root of perpendicular square, square of perpendicular and square of base. This is all about the result which we can use in the questions. This one is the second thing. Now the third concept. The third concept is of what is the reference point. Why we take north as always the reference point. This is our, roughly we can say this is our north direction, this is our east direction, this is the south one, and this is the west one. So when we move from here. Okay, this is our origin point. So after understanding these few concepts from the very scratch, we are able to conclude the whole topic. So when we move, we can move in every direction, east, north, west, south, every direction. But when we take as the reference point, so we take north direction as the reference point. So what is the meaning of reference point? That means if we sit anywhere, we always assume that we are sitting in the north direction. So our right hand become the right of north. Our left hand become the left of north. And then we can easily move or we can easily solve the problems. So north is the reference point in that sense. So that means if I am sitting in the north direction, if I move right, then I will move a 90 degree first of all. Okay, that is the, because we can move at every angle in a practical sense, but when we solve the questions we have to take some finite values. So we take either 45 degree or 90 degree. We have discussed in a major or minor direction concept. So we will move 90 degree, और 90 degree में we will move, then we will reach to the east direction. If I move right, then I will reach to the east direction. If I move left, then I will reach to the west direction. My face will be in the west direction or in the east direction. Okay, now if I am in east direction, then if I move, then I will reach to the south direction. If I move right, if I move left, I will reach to the north direction. So to initiate the situation, we can take any point as the reference point, but to initiate the situation of direction and distance test universally, we take north as the reference point in these problems. So now when I talk about the move or I talk about the turn, so when I turn right, this is my right hand, this is my left hand. When I turn right, I take the angle of 90 degree, I reach to the east direction, this is the north direction. Then I move to north to south direction, then I move south to west direction, then I reach north direction from west by taking a right turn. So this is left turn, this is right turn, this is left turn, this is right turn, this is left turn, this is right turn. So here we can see, let me change the color. Here I can tell you this is left but this is right, because north and south are opposite to each other. So the left direction in north will become right direction in south. The right direction in north will become the left direction in south. Likewise, the left here, the right here, opposite directions. The right here, the left here, opposite directions. Here we can say that this whole movement from starting from north to reaching north, it is the clockwise movement. So if I turn only right, if the right turns are be taken, then the movement will clockwise. Now if I take the left turn, this is my north direction. If I take left turn, this is my left, this is right, then I will reach to west. When I reach to west, my left hand will appear here, my right hand will appear here, left will be here after arrow, right will be here. Then when I take another left, I reach to south direction, my left will here, my right will here. I will reach east direction by taking another left, my right will here, my left will here. Here we can also see, here is right, here is left, here is left, here is right. Opposites. Right, left, left, right. These are the few things which we can observe when we study deeply this topic. And these are the points which can save us from the mistakes we usually do during the examination time. Okay, so this whole movement, it is anti-clockwise. So left turns always give us anti-clockwise movement. So you can see the questions from this topic each alternate year or same each year. So the next topic, the next concept is turns are always of 90, which I have already discussed. When we take the turn, When we take the turn, this is the 45-degree angle and this is the 90-degree angle. But if we take a turn turns are always 90-degree. Okay, we have to remember this. Why? Because when we turn, if there are no minor direction, we have to go to the other major direction from an original major direction. Okay, so always one another thing, always make this rough diagram while solving the problem. This will save our silly mistakes to happen in the examination room or in the test time. So this is the very 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 important diagram. Okay, so if a person is standing here and here is clock. Okay, if a person is moving to right, if a person is standing here, what is the reference direction? Reference face is always north. So if he moved to this, it is the left direction. So if he moved to this direction, it is the clockwise. If he moved to left, it is the anti-clockwise. Okay, now the last thing, concepts of shadows. Then we will move to the practice questions. Concepts of shadows, what it takes. See, our sun rises in east. The sun rises in the east. So I am not taking any grammar class, but this is the fact. This is east direction. Sun rises from here. Okay, let us assume this is sun. So when a person is standing here, at the point O, so the shadow will always appear in the opposite direction. So this is the fact that the shadow will always appear in opposite direction of light. Opposite direction of incidence of light. We can precisely say incidence of light. So if light is falling from here, okay, this is the situation in morning. At noon, sun will be here, right above our head, sun will be here. So that is why during noon the shadow is just we can say it is not in right, it is not is left, it is right below us. Okay, so the sun is in morning here, then shadow will appear here. This is the first case. This is the case of morning. In the case of evening, the sun sets in the west. Evenings mein the sun will here in the west direction. So the shadow, if a person is standing here, the shadow will either here. This is the shadow, either up or side by side or down, shadow. But shadow will always to the opposite direction of presence of sun or in the opposite direction of falling of light. This is the concept of shadow. Okay, fine. So in this case we can take two more things. What are the two more things? I will tell you in a very precise manner. That this is a person. I will make here is a person can be in anything anywhere na, at the point O, at the point A, B, anywhere. So this is the east direction. If sun appears here in the east direction, falling of light, then shadow will be here. Shadow will be here. Okay. So if the person, it is heading north, then the shadow will be in the heading north but in west. Okay, this is the east, heading north, but here is shadow. Okay. Now if the person is heading south, face is in the south, so I can make it like this. Face is in the south, heading south. Then if sun is here in the east, then the shadow appears here. Shadow appears here. So now let's make a table. This is the last concept which is very important, and which is very important for the questions which in the 2023. These are the questions in depth, so we have to prepare for that also. So morning case, evening case. मॉर्निंग में फेसिंग नॉर्थ, facing south. This is the position and this is the shadow. Facing north but left side. Shadow will appear in the left. This is the left hand, this is the right hand. So shadow will appear in the left hand. This is the left hand, this is the right hand, opposite. So shadow will appear on the right hand, on left hand, on the right hand. Okay, this we have to remember. These both shadows in the west, because the sun in the morning in the east. The sun in the morning is in the east. So this is west. Facing north, east, east. Okay, face is in north, position is in east. Now position is in west, facing, either we can say that west, facing north and facing south. So now the things have changed. Now sun is here, person is here, shadow is here. Shadow, person, position, or person and shadow. So this is our right hand, shadow is on right hand. Here shadow was on left hand, here shadow was on right hand. This is our left hand, shadow on left hand. Here it was on right hand, it was on left hand. So we have to take right side and left side. So this is the whole concept of movement of sun, then according to movement of shadows according to the movement of sun. This is the case of evening, this is the case of morning. I have discussed the facing north, both morning and evening, facing south, both morning and evening. This is the detailed explanation of concepts which we can't see in many videos or in many sessions. Okay, now let's do some practice questions. First question is this: John starts walking from his home and walks 2 kilometers to the north. First of all, I have told you, make this and take always the origin point is point O. Okay, origin point. This is the north direction. John moved 2 kilometers from his home to north direction. Then he take the left turn. So I am sitting in the north direction. Take is at a reference point. My right hand is the John's right hand. My left hand is the John's left hand. John's take the left turn. So John moves to this direction and walks 3 kilometers. and it is in the west, so this is the parallel to west. Okay, after that he takes another left. Now John's right hand is this, left hand is this. It takes a left turn, took the left turn, moves the 4 kilometer to the south. We have took the south, we have took the same left turn and parallel to south. Okay, south में move कर गया, facing south. Finally he takes a right turn. Now this is the right and this is the left, because in south, south is opposite to north na, so this is north and this is south. So right, left, left, right. So if John is taking the right turn, we have to move this side, we have to move this side, because we are in, John is in the southward facing, walks 2 kilometer to the east, 2 kilometer to the east. Finally he takes a right turn, walks 2 kilometer to the east. Okay, this is not right, this is left, left. If he is going to the east, if he is going to the east, he will move to the 2 kilometers. This is the left one. Okay, so again we will make the finer diagram. John is going here 2 kilometers, then here 3 kilometers, then here 4 kilometers, then here towards east 2 kilometers. Because it is 3 kilometers, so the whole up to here it can't be 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers we have to stop prior. Now where is John is now about his starting point. Starting point was this. Okay, this is north, east, west and south. This is left, sorry, this is left. Now what we will do, John was here. If this is 4, this is parallel, this is also 4. If this is 4, this is, if this is 3, this will, the whole thing is 3. So this is 2, so this remaining one is 1 and John is here now. So if John is here now, from the original point, this is 4, this is 1, John is here now after moving to the right, moving to the left and towards east. So what will it come? Here we apply the Pythagoras theorem. So AC, I have the perpendicular, I have the base, I will find out the hypotenuse, the distance between the original point and John's final distance. So as I have discussed here, hypotenuse is equals to squares, under root of squares of perpendicular and base. Then let us make the question simpler. So AC is the 4 square plus 1 square, that is 16. That is 16 plus 1 under root of 17. Oh, sorry. So distance is 4 plus 1 square, 5 square, 5 square. So it will come 5 kilometer. Okay, it will come 5 kilometer. Now John is 2 kilometers south. It is 2 kilometer. It is 2 kilometer. Oh, that's the thing. Just a minute. The whole was 4. The whole was 4. This is 2. This is 2. So this will O to point this. This will 2. And this is 2 in the 3. This is 1. So it will 2 square plus 1 square, 4 plus 1 under root 5. Okay, under root 5. Now it is in the south direction. Here John is standing here. It is in the south direction. Under root 5 is around 2 point something value. So our answer is south 3 kilometer. So our answer is south 3 kilometer, because John is 2 kilometers south and 1 kilometer west. John is 2 kilometers south and 1 kilometer west of his starting point, and he is 5 kilometer away from the starting point. This is the 5 kilometer point. Okay, this is the 5 kilometer point. So if he is the 5 kilometer point from the starting point, so the whole thing is, the correct answer is south 3 kilometers, 2 and 1. Fine. So this was the question. You can try it with the same concepts. It is the 135 degree. 135 degrees 90 degree plus 45 degree, means the turns are of like this. If Paul is standing here, so 90 degree and 135 degree, the minor direction. Okay, the minor direction. So you can do this like. So this is all for today. Thank you so much. I hope you liked the session, and we will meet you soon.